How's it going? I'm Russ, and today we're going to quickly go over burndown charts. So, have you ever been in a situation where you need to show exactly where you are on a project and what effort is needed to hit a target by a specific date? Or imagine you're trying to build a certain number of widgets to meet a tight deadline, and every week you need to update your stakeholders on your progress. Well, that is where a burn down chart can easily come into your rescue and help you update your stakeholders throughout the process. Now, this is more than just an agile tool. Yes, an agile PM can use this to easily track work, especially like story points for a sprint or iteration. But today, really going to just focus on how to build this in Excel so that way it can make your life easier when we're reporting your work. So we are going to jump over to Excel row this process out. So the first thing we're going to want to start with is we're going to want to put a title to it. So let's create our header for the project. So project, we're going to go with burn down chart education. Seems like a simple enough piece. And then we're going to label our task. What are we trying to accomplish? So our task is, a goal for how many students we want to teach how to build a burn down chart by the end of July. Seems pretty easy there. Measure of work. We're going to go with number of students. And then, seems pretty enough. Or actually, let's put our goal number, which is going to be 300 for this example. From there, you simply just go down, create a column, create dates, put number of students are what we're measuring, and remaining students. All right, seems simple enough, right? So from there, head over, just try and make these a little easier to read for everyone. And for the dates, our goal is by the end of July. So we need to put in by the end of July, this is what we're hitting. We're going to start from January 1st, 2025. Then do a quick little formula here. All right, so we're going to add a week to each line. Then we're going to drag this down to July 1st, which looks like that's it right there. Now, if we do the math, we have 300 students. Those 300 students, we need to get to 0 by the end of July, which, if we do the math, is about 10 a week. So we'll go here, just put 300 minus 10, and we'll drag it down to our last date, July 1st, or end of July, and we have 0. Remaining students, 300, because we haven't gone anywhere yet. And just do some cleanup here, center that, awesome. All right, so now we got the basis of what our burn down chart is going to look like. Some key points for this. A, within your dates, don't worry about trying to navigate holidays. Just put down seven days if that's your reporting. You can put this down for 1 month. You can put it down for every day you need to report. Whatever time frame you're working with, put it in there. I'm using a week. It works for me today. And then for your remaining work, remember, take how many you're trying to get to, what your goal date is, divide it by each other so that way you can determine how many you have to get done every week. And if that number is outside of a solid number, for it's like 4.25, just round it up and then go with there. All right. The goal is you just want a straight line when we build the graph, which we'll show you how to do to next. So we're going to go down here with date, remaining students, highlight everyone. Insert, we're going to come over here to the little graph symbol. And we're going to, I like to pick this one lined with markers, and I'll tell you why in a second. Now we got the starting point. Oops. Reverse that. So we got the starting point of our burn down. As you can see, it looks very close to what a burn down chart would want to look like. I like this one because it gives me little dots of where I have each of these points at every week. Again, use whatever you like. Now, do want to make a couple edits to it. This blue line, not a big fan of the blue line, so let's go over here, make this black. Then we want to make a couple little edits right here, like unit of measure over. So we are going to there we go. So we have the access options up here, and we have the maximum. It says 350. I'm going to change this to 325 just to clear up at the top so the line goes closer to the top. I like about every 50 students we're getting a line, so I don't mind about that. And everything else is looking good for there. All right, date-wise, we have it for every 7 days. We'll get one area. So, okay, so we're looking good. And it goes from here to the end of July. But just for my own visuals, I'm going to put this to August 7th. That just allows that this endpoint is a little more visual on where exactly it's ending right there. And I'm going to put this chart title. I'm just going to put it, what do we want to call this? Burndown chart for students learning burndown charts. All right, so right there, we got the basis of what we need. Now, throughout our project, it's very simple. On the 8th of January, I put how many students I've educated. So, or I'd take off from 300. So we're just going to say 250. I have 250 students left that I have to educate to meet my goal. 250. Maybe the next week I don't get anyone in. And so on down the line. And as you can see, it starts creating the burn down chart for us to let us know exactly where we're at. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just pre-fill this in so that way we can get a better visual of what this looks like. There you go. So now we have a full burn down chart. So by the end of July, I can tell you that I hit my goal. I was a little ahead of my goal for a while. But overall, now we have a fully functional burn down chart that I can just take, copy, and I can throw it into a PowerPoint presentation. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy there. All right, but we also do these in multiple different ways. Here, I built the same chart, but I just reversed the information. And I created a nice burn-up chart. This way I showed how many students I actually trained each week. So we started at 0. We had a goal of 300 by the end of July. And I counted up. So now we can just see a different visual of the information. Or you can make these the lower numbers. Like here we have 28. We're doing monthly reporting for a new feature we're adding to 44 Risk PM. And each week, the work remaining, we just throw it in here. And it allows us to understand what exactly we're working with and present the information in a logical form. So that is pretty much how you build a burn down chart. Now, if you want to learn more about how to build burn down charts and what they're useful for, head down to the link below. thebristblog.com, I wrote a recent article on this. Also, if you want to steal my format that we use today, then you can go ahead and, again, below I'm going to leave a link where you can sign up and you can pull out this Excel and you can play with it and use it at your will. All right. If you liked what I had to say today, hey, go ahead, follow me for more information in the future. Drop me a comment down there in the comments. Let me know what you thought. And hey, go stay motivated, stay dedicated, and have fun with your projects.